Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Wait, the song is over? Hold on a second.
He'll
my
he'll
God.
never
Steve,
know.
entertain the people while I get ready.
While I sneak and look at the
Hold on.
the show here. Look
Yeah,
what's
I'm
coming
trying
on
to get
today
ready.
on the show. It's time for the squeeve. The
Did you
squeeve.
say the squeeve?
I did say the squeeve scotch. The squeeve
The
stared
first time I let him
show.
start the show and look what
Wow.
happens.
I gotta stop drinking before we go on.
All right.
Now you know why I
what?
wanted to ride
I'm
today.
ready. Don't worry about it.
It's the Steve Squared Show,
It's the-
folks.
I think the new name is better.
The squeeve.
The
The squeeve stared.
The Squeeve Stared Show,
I like that.
starring Stevie Squeevy.
I'm Steve. I'm Steve M. And next to me is.
Hold on a second.
Oh wait,
I'm
hold
ready.
on. Time to do a show.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's time.
Do we have music?
No. Yeah. Touch me and the night and the touch me all alone in the moon. Is that the right one?
Turn around. I want to see this whole.
It's what's the one where he wears the half a face?
Yes, I know.
What show
Yes,
is that?
You don't know what it is? It's closed. It just closed yesterday.
That's why I'm singing the song. Is that the right song?
Yes, it is. No, that's Cats.
Oh, that's another shit show. That's about time
Wow,
did they close
Steve.
Cats?
Yeah, that's
Cats
a long
is
time.
closed, and now they finally closed this other
Did you
piece
just-
of crap
you know,
show.
like you said, Steve would never say foul language.
I opened the show with
and
foul
now
language.
you know what?
Well, it's a new format. You said the
If I-
Squeeve Stairs
we're
show.
getting,
so-
we're getting edgy now.
Look at this. I like Tony's
Tony.
shirt.
If I said that word, you know what Steve would say? Steve, my family's watching.
Believe me, that's a mild curse for my family. They've heard a lot worse from me and from
Oh
them.
God! Well, I know. I've
Wait,
known
let me
you
do it again.
forever. I've heard you.
So what's the song? You sing it, and I'll be the. Oh, do the music.
Oh God!
Whatever the Phantom music. You just had it. It's a lot of that. It's really the whole show. And then he. Then does he
But there is some words similar to that other
to that
cat
other-
song. It's
Well, yeah, because both shows are the same show. Only
I know,
one's
it's
got
like,
cats and one's got a mask.
hold me,
What is this mask? What is that?
touch me, never let me go.
Well, yeah, but that's not really what that is.
Rope
No?
me,
It's not?
Ba-dum.
Doesn't it look pretty close?
Thank
Well, it's
you.
actually the
Tony is-
backside. Look what it's the backside of.
Who do we got?
Oh, that's what I wanted to know. Okay.
Yeah, but I had to get the white side because that's true. I always get the white side.
So let me ask you something.
Oh, look, I took two
where,
masks.
where did you get these masks from?
It was obviously from another show we did a long time ago that you weren't a part of because Steve wasn't with the Squeeve Stairs show back then.
Yeah. What can I tell you?
Touch me.
You know, I think I've heard you one time on the phone at 3 a.m. in a bar saying that one time.
Yeah, well, I was auditioning. It was my phone audition for my role of Phantom the Opera because Phantom, it's closing. That's why I'm
closed.
opening.
Last night was it.
Was it. After 635 million shows, it opened in 1841. And they
remember it
finally
well.
closing its curtains because every human being on the planet has seen it. Last night was the final person they got from Uruguay. There was one kid in Uruguay that hadn't seen the show yet.
Wow, you really hate this show.
Well, the thing is,
Honestly, I've never seen it.
what's going to
Really?
happen is it's probably going to come back. Not
Tomorrow?
not in the near future. It's going to be a lot less. It's going to be cheaper and making it cheaper, so it's going to be easier to produce and cheaper to produce.
I believe Andrew Lloyd Webber was there last night.
Really?
Yes,
his
he
son,
was.
His son just passed away.
Yes, he dedicated the final show to his son. That is
Yeah,
correct.
because
Did he do Cats as well?
yes, he did.
Sure.
And he also did. He was supposed, because his son was sick. He couldn't be at the premiere for Bad Cinderella.
Oh, that I don't
Which
know.
that
I don't know what that is.
Probably is going to die a sad death
Yeah,
too.
I would imagine so. Anyway, let me reopen the show to the right show. This is the Steve Squared Show. Yes, you have not tuned in. I know you were tuning in. Oh, we got more intro music.
Because
Is that on?
I know you were upset that you missed that too. So
And I don't have my cans on.
Business like no
I figured since you're starting the show over, you want to.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Wanted to do that
See,
too.
Tony's one. He's not the best in the business for nothing.
I want to know what business that is.
Show business. Of course, Tony.
Nowhere do you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. No!
He knows I hate when he just runs over that line. Runs over it like a runaway Babylon train to Long Island Railroad to Babylon.
You're the only person who does that break there.
I'm not the only
everyone
person.
does a break.
Everybody does
Ethel
the break.
Merman never broke
Ethel
like that.
Merman did a look it up.
I actually looked up video clips of her singing that song, and she would go, "That you were stealing that extra bow."
That is not Ethel Merman. That was a bad Ethel. That was Fred and Ethel. That was not Ethel Merman.
Sorry.
She's more with that baritone. Mah!
Yeah.
She's got that. Mah!
Yep.
Mah!
Yeah.
Mah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Phantom's closed. Look at this. This is real news, Tony. I don't know if you're a Knicks fan.
You're a Nick fan.
The Knicks won.
Wow.
Game 1 of the playoffs. Very excited. You
Was
see
it
what it
good?
says there?
Brunderful.
They
Look
are-
at that.
I'll tell you, boy, Newsday writers,
Yeah.
they're on top of it. You think we should go with this back page? I like it. Brundeful. Let's go with it.
Yeah, they'll never say that in the Daily News.
No.
Or the Post.
What's going on with the Daily News and the Post? Are they both? Are they? I don't. What? Who? What are they pro? Are they? What are they?
What do you mean, politically?
Yeah, or just in general, are they?
The Post-
Are they geared towards sport? Which sports are they?
Well, the Post is, besides being to the right, they still have probably the best sports section in the city. But they're
Okay.
also trying to offer another layer of sports reporting, which you have to pay for. It's
there
like
you go.
Post Sports Plus or something.
Of course
like
it is. Now,
Now the Daily News,
the rags are getting in on this
the
stream.
Daily News is really a shell of what it used to be. Politically, they're kind of moderate,
Right.
But they're just, I mean,
They look a little
They have-
more expose-ish. They look
well,
a
I
little
mean,
more.
it's still, I mean, they're like the Post. They're still trying to make big headlines.
Right.
It's really kind of a
looks a little corny to me.
dull paper. But of course, there's nothing better, as you know, Steve, as the Newsday, which you pray to on a every Monday basis.
I want to wake Steve up. I felt Steve might be tired. He did wake up early for work. Steve does an early shift, as we all know. He does the. It's not it's not called the graveyard shift. What would the morning shift be called?
The morning shift.
Yeah, is that what it would be? Is that the technical term?
I thought that was his answer. That's
Is
why I
that,
laughed.
that's why I thought it was. I think that's what it is. Is it the good morning shift?
It wasn't. You see, maybe me on.
Sorry.
Thank you. Good morning.
You know who used to play this? Charo. Woo! Gucci.
No, her suit used to make those sounds. I think she probably.
Oh,
had these,
you're right.
Probably had these
in the
sequence.
In the sequence. She was great on Johnny.
Oh God, yes.
I loved her when Johnny would just
Gucci,
look at her
Gucci.
and she would do the. Do you remember Charo?
Of course, I remember Charo. But I'm just sitting here thinking the Fred and Ethel Merman, Charo. It's
Yeah,
like
we're doing such-
it's like 1977 or something.
I don't
over
even
there.
think it's that.
Yeah,
I
true.
know. We got it. Well, I brought it up. I did.
Oh,
a
I'm
little-
not knocking you. I'm
No,
just.
knock me. That's okay. If I paid you more, could you stop knocking me?
Is Charo still alive?
Who?
She is.
Charo. She is still alive?
Very
What-
much. She's very much alive.
Really?
How could you be very much alive? You're either alive or dead. Pick one.
It's a line from a movie. That's from Ed Wood. When he goes, "Oh, I got this big movie. It's gonna be with Bela Lugosi," and the line is always, "Ain't he dead?" And then Johnny Depp goes, "No, he's very much alive."
You know, you made me think of something when you said that character. I actually, I don't know if Tony knows this. Back in the early '90s, oh, there she is, gorgeous. Well, that can't be her now. Back in the '90s, I think it was mid '90s, I played a character called Ed Wood in Riding Miss Daisy.
Wow, this is a new.
Yeah, he's very feisty today.
You were
isn't
really
he?
going for the jugular tonight.
Wow.
You've just gone bottom of the barrel. You can't say these things anymore, but now you can.
Touch me. They need to give those people back their money.
Maybe-
Every person that's ever attended Phantom of the Opera, they should make one giant payment.
I'll have you know,
I hope you didn't write. Did you write this show?
the non-musical version. I played the Phantom once in it with a theater troupe.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
honest. I might. Do I have video somewhere? I
would love
I probably
to
burned it because I wasn't happy with it.
There was a non-musical version of it?
Oh, that's the original.
It was a movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Lon Chaney.
I didn't know Lon
Yes.
Chaney played. I knew there was a movie. I didn't know Lon Chaney
Yes.
played it.
Yes.
Wow. And you, I would love to. Oh, was it with the guys that you do the stuff now? The
No.
murder mystery guys? No.
No,
This
it was
was-
a different troupe that's not around anymore. But it wasn't. It was kind of like a radio show, but type setting. But you still
But you
performed,
did-
and I still had to do the
Just like
mask.
what you did. You were in George and
It's a Wonderful Life. We did. We had the Foley guy, and we did all the sounds, and it was like, but we had the audience.
I did that show too with this particular troupe.
TTG? No. I did TTG. What?
Little
No, we did that. No, we always did that.
George Bailey.
No, I don't feel like
Oh,
George
come on,
today.
you always do.
No,
It-
no.
one of
Buffalo
your favorite
Gals, why don't you come out
imitations.
tonight?
Oh, what, the Buffalo Gal? Yeah, that was great. Tony knows.
Yes.
Scurvy little spider. Go ahead.
You scurvy. Oh well.
Were you George Bailey?
I played George Bailey. I was-
Wow.
Mary. Oh, well, oh my God. Well, look at it. I come here, and well, this is another thing, Mr. Potter. My father. Wait, what was the line I was going to give when with Mr. Potter? It's when he comes in, and I did a good Mr. Potter, too. I would go, George, have a sit down. Now, George, let's look at your situation.
Was this a one-man show? What do you mean? How did you play both?
No, I didn't play both.
Oh.
Yeah, 45.
We should have the script.
Yeah, I need the script.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week we'll do a George.
Warm weather.
This was worrying me, but it's been settled. Drake from is it Drake? Yes. Oh yes, from Drake and Bell. Do you remember that show, Jake and Josh?
Right.
Josh and Drake.
Right.
Drake and Josh.
Drake is now a rapper.
Right. So he not that Drake.
Oh.
This is come on. This is Jared Drake Bell. He was from Josh and Drake.
Okay.
Or is it Drake and Josh?
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
Okay.
My niece loved that show. It was a great.
Oh,
show.
my kids loved it. Yeah.
Really good show.
But Drake then had some trouble afterwards.
Big trouble because he was actually missing for 4 days. So there was it was very nervous, but it says he's been found safe after being declared missing. They have found him. It says at this time we can
With Amanda Bynes.
No, he's not with
She's
Amanda.
another one who disappears on a semi-regular basis.
Right. It says here that at this time we can confirm. Law enforcement says he was found. In the Orange County Sheriff says they found him. He's okay. The police department had declared him missing and endangered. Can a human being be endangered? I mean, there's only one of you.
Yes, you mean you're endangering your endangerment to your life, which maybe you're suicidal.
Oh, okay. Because I thought he was like endangered, meaning there was only one of him left roaming the earth.
There's only one. There's only one endangered.
We have to make sure he's okay. There's only one of him.
There's only one. There's only.
We must save Drake. There can't be a world without Drakes.
There's only one of those.
By the way, there's nothing like a Drake's cake. It's nothing.
True. I'll give you that.
You're endangered because there's only one you.
There's only one of me.
So we have to be careful.
That is true. I'm a. What do they say that when someone's a treasure, they're a
natural treasure, American treasure,
an American treasure.
That's usually what Charles Barkley says.
Yes.
Or usually when they do
Large American treasure.
Steve Kaminsky, you're an American treasure.
You're an American treasure. I like when you make me laugh. So he's okay. Good.
Well, but he had some trouble. He would mess around with minors.
Well, yeah. His side of the story was, which is usually the side, is he was talking online with her. They met up, and he didn't realize that she was 15 years old, and he didn't realize that he was over 15. He also said that he wasn't sure that he wasn't sure of his own age either. So the whole thing got blown out of proportion.
Well,
what?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
don't know what to say about
there's not much to say about that, but my niece loved that show. I thought the show was funny, and the other guy, you should read his book, Josh Peck.
Really?
His book is fantastic. He had a lot of overweight issues that he dealt with on the show.
He's lost a lot of weight. Yeah.
And he had a lot of anxiety. He talks about it in his book. If you actually
great actor, that kid.
Oh, he's very funny. If you look him up, he does a podcast now. The book is a great recommend book. I really liked it. It was very inspirational, and it really talked about the business, a little bit of acting. You know, he's not a star, but how he got this job, and then he had nothing after it. Like, there was nothing. It was crickets. And that happens. They're on these hit shows as a kid.
Happy people are annoying.
Yes. Mm-hmm. See, I knew I'd like that title.
That's the story of your life.
And
right
it makes
there.
me think of the REM song. I was telling Steve on the drive here, I'm starting to, I was listening to, one of my clients likes to listen to 80s music when we work out. So I've been getting into B-52s, REM. You like
REM
it?
was good in their day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Losing My Religion and Happy Shiny People.
Happy people holding
Shiny Happy
Orange Crush.
What's that?
Orange Crush.
Great song.
Great song.
That's another. See, I got to look more into them.
I got my orange crush.
I don't know if you guys saw this. This is another interesting story. Beatrice Flamini.
Yeah, Beatrice.
Do you know her?
Yeah, Bee's all right.
Take a look at that. Can you hold that up to the thing? She spent 500 days in a hole by herself.
Oh, God.
She began her challenge in November 2021 at the age of 48. And she just emerged underground, didn't know what had happened for the last 2 years. She spent 2 birthdays underground alone.
Why?
It doesn't say.
But they said it was a challenge.
It was a
did
challenge.
She do this on
So
purpose?
it says she's an extreme athlete. And she left a cave in Los Gachos, which they serve a delicious burrito, margarita sandwich.
So I've heard.
Near Motril, Spain. After spending 500 days inside, she began her challenge in 2021 at 48 years old, has emerged at the age of 50.
I know it.
Do you know I feel a lot like that?
You
That
know
I've
what?
spent 2 years
Seriously.
underground. This show has spent a lot of time
You know what?
underground.
Please give me your freaking 2 years that you just wasted in a hole somewhere. That what a.
I love to
You-
get Steve angry.
seriously.
You see?
You want-
I
you
found
know-
something to wake Steve up and get him passionate.
You know what? Life is so rare and valuable and treasured, and this one, 500 Days in the Hole.
That's a great song by REM too.
Look at it, and
500
she's so
Days in the
happy.
Hole.
That actually is a song. Was it 30 Days in the Hole? Is that Frampton?
Might be.
That I don't know.
I think so.
That's a look up.
Hey,
Somebody
Sarah,
look that up. You got now. You got me.
Play
On,
30
on it.
Days in the Hole.
play 30. You're gonna get us canceled.
I will turn it off when it
No,
comes up.
there is there.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
It sounds like my audience. That's what they do when I do stand
Hey,
up. That's
Siri,
what they say.
Can you play 30 Days in the Hole on Apple Music? Humble Pie. Oh, let's turn that off.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Well, that was Frampton. Frampton was in that band.
yes,
yeah,
you're right.
Humble Pie. Yeah.
Humble pie. Now, speaking of Dracula, that wasn't Dracula. He wasn't. What was the guy with the half a face?
It's the Phantom of the Opera.
So he's not a Dracula. Is he a ghost or what is he exactly?
He's not a ghost. He's just the Phantom. He's got a messed up face and he's
so
ugly.
just
and-
half of his face is messed up.
Yeah.
Like what happened to Jay Leno could be that.
Yeah, but Jay is living in the 21st century and he has money, so they were able to fix him up.
I saw they
You
didn't.
know,
they didn't money can't buy you a new face. He didn't look too good.
What if the Phantom
I don't care
of the
what kind of cash he had.
What if the Phantom lived now, you know? But the funny thing about Jay was that right after that he fell off a moving motorcycle after
got
that.
another one,
And
yes.
he messed his face up
Guys,
again.
I don't understand. And I told you about what happened to Dick Van Dyke. He got in a car accident.
he did.
He's 90-something years old. He's driving around in a
96.
Rolls Royce. 96. What is he doing? He's a national treasure.
He is.
I wonder if he'll be at Cabinet's 90th birthday party,
I would think he would be.
right?
Yep.
He won't be there. They'd have to airlift him in. But do you guys interested to see this movie, Renfield, with Nicolas Cage playing Dracula?
No.
Okay. How about you?
Yes.
That's 1 and 1. So you two won't be going together. I'll have to make the decision. Do I stay here with Tony or do I go with Steve to see Renfield? It's an hour and 33 minutes. Mm-hmm. And
It's not that bad. An hour
no,
and a
and
half.
it says Nicolas Cage, and it's easy billing because it's 2 Nicholases.
Nicholas Holt.
Yep, he plays Renfield. I got his brain abnormal. It'll be
That's Frankenstein, not Dracula.
same thing. So it says it's a pretty good review. They give it a pretty. They say Nicolas Cage does almost a comedic,
Right.
sarcastic-y satirical.
Satirical.
Thank you.
Satirical.
Satirical. From the guy who says Steve Squeeve Stasko.
Listen to Hofstra over here talk.
That's right.
Drive through you.
It's all about education, baby.
Yeah, right. Because you couldn't didn't want to go to a sleepover school. You got a Hofstra, and that's the education you get. Right there.
Hold on. I'm going to get into an Avenger mode to kill Steve. We'll be right back.
Can you?
Our next guest is we're gonna have Sinead O'Connor and Pee Wee Herman next week on the Squeeve Stairs show. We'll be right. Everybody here in the audience gets one of these masks. We'll be right back.
Yes, exactly.
You're doing lines of cocaine with your daughter.
I missed that.
You guys, you don't know what you're doing. You're doing prostitutes in the day. Your daughter's at home. The two of you are
I missed
high
that.
on cocaine.
I
We'll
missed
be
that.
right back.
I missed that clip.
That's my Dr. Phil.
I missed that clip. You know, we used to play it. For
Well, now
Emily.
you have it in. I'm doing Dr. Phil for
Yeah,
you.
I'd rather have Dr. Phil say it himself. So you know,
I can't get him as a
speaking
guest
of which,
on
you
this
know,
show.
Dr. Phil. This is it for Dr. Phil. He
Yes,
stopped it doing new shows, but he's going to come back, and they're going to come back and repackage all these old shows and put them on the same time shift. Exactly what they did with Judge Judy.
Yes.
So they're playing her stuff that's 10 or 20 years old now.
My mom loves Judge.
And her ratings are really only right behind Jeopardy is for syndicated shows. They're right behind Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, which is incredible. And those are reruns
And those are, I know.
So
My
they
mom
think Dr. Phil-
my mom alone is keeping that show going. Oh, you asked me. Steve asked me on the drive here, and I'll have to get Tony's opinion on this. So it got nice out. The temperature says something up there.
sure.
What's the temperature say?
That's
75?
once again, that's inside.
But outside it was pleasant. And Steve asked me why I was wearing a jacket. You know, he noticed that he's like, it's nice. Why are you wearing a jacket? So I said, I said, I'll tell you on the show. Now, why do you think I was wearing a jacket on a pleasant day? Let's see if Tony...
Well, it was raining earlier.
Right.
A little bit.
Right.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I'll tell you.
You were hiding your blotches and your
No, I don't even like where that's going.
you know what Jack LaLanne used to have when he used to
Boils and
boils.
blotches. I had boils. When I was a kid, I had boils. No, I don't even know what, it's a good thing we didn't live back in those days. They had everything bad. Boils and plagues and famine and just terrible things.
And
cholera. I don't even know what that is.
But great cures, you had cheesecloth soaked in corn syrup,
I mean, that cured everything. But granted, back then was better because today we have horrible things like streaming services that you pay millions of dollars for to watch nothing. But I have a jacket because I just feel like I don't have enough pockets. Like my phone, my wallet, my keys. I don't want to put them in my jeans.
That's true.
So I don't like to pack my jeans with stuff.
All right,
Do you
that
put
makes
things
sense.
in your jeans? Like, what do you do in the summer? I'm going
I
to have
do.
a problem. I'm
I
going to
do,
need a
but
fanny pack.
But when summer comes, I'm wearing cargo shorts because then I have multiple pockets.
Summer
I can put that,
comes
yeah.
when summer comes. Wasn't that a R.A.M. song? No.
Well, you mentioned pockets.
It's the new Philly steak and disease sandwich from Hot Pockets.
Sorry. Sorry.
Wait, can you play that one more time?
I can.
Philly steak and disease sandwich from Hot Pockets. A delicious
I love that.
Don't forget about Funny Man Stevie K. It's Funny Man Tony Dublin.
I
No,
know.
it's
Tony
not.
Dubs.
It's not.
Tony Dubs.
Funny Man Tony Dubbs.
Tony on the board.
I don't know why that's on here, but it's.
I love it.
awful.
Speaking of, I'll just give this a quick promo. Steve, if you want to read, Neil Diamond will be performing at
Neil
Tony's
Diamond's gonna
favorite
be playing
Italian restaurant.
Oh, look at this. At Sergio's Italian Restaurant in Massapequa.
His career is definitely taking a plummet. He'll be in between the mussels and the marinara of spaghetti.
That place is the worst.
Singing all the hits. Tommy Lynn as Neil Diamond.
I love. See, first I get Steve annoyed, then I go right to Tony.
Yeah.
But this
Sergio.
gets all of us annoyed.
Well,
Because,
I saw
I mean,
it and I was like, come on.
I mean, it's so funny because
Show
you
Tony.
see these ads, and Tony, you lived in Massapequa.
Look at the guy's
I
name.
did.
Tony.
So you see these ads all over town.
It
Yes.
really is
And
annoying.
you see the Beatles, and you don't see anything else until you get close up to it. You see the close up.
Yep.
Janis Joplin, she's dead. Cyndi Lauper's playing in Massapequa? Oh, no. It's like, really?
I know. I just wanted to annoy Tony and Steve. Sorry about that.
I got to tell you, there is...
Tell me.
My mom's best friend, who they went to high school with, they love going to Sergio's. They love going there to see these performers.
Yeah,
And they'll go see all
it's
these
true.
performers. There's another time they went to this other place.
Is
and
that Frank Sinatra?
They saw this guy. You got to see him. He's great. He's like the real Bobby Darin. And so my parents say they went to see him. And this guy comes out. He's on crutches.
Jeez.
And he's doing Bobby Darin. And so after the show, they come up to him and they say, "Oh, you did a really good Bobby Darin." And he goes, "I am Bobby Darin."
Was it really?
He's in character.
Oh.
This guy's
Oh, my
pretending he's
goodness.
like in character.
I don't know. No,
I am Bobby
he
Darin.
could have been Bobby Darin.
Well, he's been dead for
Oh, is that right?
50 years now.
Oh, then he's not going to be singing that. He does that by the sea.
By the sea.
See, you think I don't know
Somewhere
things.
by the sea, Mac the Knife.
Back the night.
If I were a carpenter. Splish Splash, I was taking a bath.
Speaking of Split Splash, I'll tell you another performer who I'm going to get to meet. I was mentioning to you guys I had met up with Paula Poundstone. This is
Flipper?
I'm just in a new area code that I don't know if I can hang out with you guys anymore. I'll be meeting with Wayne Newton.
I've met Wayne Newton.
I knew he was going to say that. I can't stand you.
How you getting? Okay, I'll tell you Wayne Newton.
Shame.
I'll tell you my Wayne Newton story.
I love you. Tell me a Wayne Newton story.
So, yeah, Wayne Newton was a guest on a show that my friend was working on when he got married, my friend got married. We had a bachelor party in Vegas, and Wayne's sister-in-law set the whole thing up of where we were going. Went to like Smith and Walensky, you know,
Oh, nice.
and some other entertainment, whatever. But we went to Wayne's show. We were sitting up front, and Wayne did this whole bit, did a whole like 10 minutes just on my friend getting married and all that. And it was hysterical. And we all met him after the show.
Okay.
And so we're back there backstage, and there's this this Mercedes, or I think it was a Mercedes, old Mercedes from the 60s.
Nice.
And then there was
My dad would like that.
and then there was a few other things. There was a bicycle there, a few other things around there. And someone said, "Is this your car, Wayne?" I said, "Yeah, funny you should say that. This car, they found this car in Brooklyn with on bricks. This was Steve McQueen's car in Bullet."
Wow.
And so,
Who, Wayne Newton said this?
yes, that was Wayne. That's what Wayne said. So someone said, "Oh, can I ride the car?" And then this one guy, future comedy writer of America, he was only a production assistant then. He goes, "Can I ride the bicycle?" It was just like,
You know, Wayne Newton's best performance, I still think, is in what? Let's see if me and Steve.
oh God,
Steve's
there's so many.
I'm
of
talking
them.
about in a movie.
Oh shoot.
You know what I would say.
Oh my God, I do know it, but I don't. You gotta tell me.
Vegas Vacation.
That's right.
He's very funny.
Yes,
when
he
he's
was.
like asking Beverly D'Angelo is over for lunch, and he's on a horse getting painted. He just like he kind of makes fun of himself. He does a really good job.
He was Mr. Vegas, you know.
He goes, "I'm gonna make pasta." He goes, "You're not coming? You leaving?" Yes. So Wayne Newton, guess where Adam's gonna book him. So Adam somehow got connected with this, and
The Landmark.
yes, it's now called the Rimsky Theater and the Landmark, which is it's odd. I don't know if they can work out the dinero because Wayne Newton still commands. I don't know how old is Wayne? What is he writing about?
Wayne must be in the 70s. now.
No, older than that.
Yes.
Steve, he's got to be 80.
No, because he was very young when he started.
I don't care if he started when he was 1.
He was seriously. He was a teenager when he started. How again?
He's 81.
81.
He's 81. My God.
Come
Okay.
on.
Wow. Oh, his birthday was just about a little over a week ago.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Wayne.
Well, look at him.
2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yeah, come
face
on.
is-
Wait, on what date?
April 3rd.
Oh, we almost share the same birthday on March 31st.
His face is so fresh.
I don't even know what that means. What are you, Jeffrey Dahmer? What does that mean?
Tony got me. You don't get me.
His face is so fresh. Well, you must be.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Hey, did you file your taxes? You know they're due tomorrow. Are you good?
They are due tomorrow. Yes.
Did you file?
I will. I'm done. I just haven't sent them out yet.
Good.
Yeah.
So okay, I did it. Yep, I filed it over this past weekend, and there was an error. Me and Edna had a little. My client does my account, and there was an error. And then I say to her, "I hope the FBI is." Well, the FBI is a big fan of the Squeeve.
IRS is what they.
The IRS.
IRS
is
is
watching.
what they deal with.
The FBI.
Yeah,
yeah.
FBI is going to come
Yeah.
after you unless
Unless-
there's a reason the FBI.
Well, there
will
could be.
after
No,
you.
no,
Is there
I'm not.
something that you.
I'm no Drake.
know you're
But
no Drake.
but so some income got double counted. Some book royalties. See, I'm in a different atmosphere than the both of you. I got book royalties.
That's the
I
truth.
got- I
He's
got-
definitely in a different
I got-
atmosphere than us. Yeah.
I got to write off things. I got money stashed away. There's a lot of things happening when you do my taxes.
So do you have an LLC?
Well, I have not only do I have an LLC, Stephen, but
Uh-huh.
I have a BOLOGNA. and you know what that means. My Oscar has a first name. That was also a line I did. I was doing a double feature, Forrest Hump and Your Ass Licks Bark. And it was on the set, and they
So filthy. You would never do this. When this show first started, it was.
I know,
It was like Disneyland. Now you were afraid to even say,
because
"Darn it."
you brought me back to those sweet memories
And
when I
then-
first did comedy at the.
I have said less worse things. You said to me, "Steve, my family's watching," and now
Oh, they're not watching.
throwing.
They've given
you're
up
throwing
on
it
me.
all to the wind.
No,
now.
my family doesn't watch anymore. They asked me. My mom texted me. She goes, "What a show!" And I said, "Oh, thanks. You watched it?" Well, I couldn't get it. She goes, "I was clicking on the button. I couldn't get, but it was funny, right?" My mom is a very supportive person. She's a very.
So do you have a name for your LLC? It's
Stevie Wang. Stevie Wang.
Stevie Wang Inc.
Stevie Wang Inc. But I might change it to the Squeeve Stared Inc. I like that better. It's very hard to trace.
I think,
So anyway, she double counts my.
Want a royalty for that?
I tell her that I give her the total number of money, and she's supposed to separate it out. I don't know. You know, there's a whole thing that accountants do.
Yeah, of course.
And but she didn't, so I got some income double counted. So I say to her, well, can we amend it? I've heard of these things where you amend a tax return and stuff. She goes, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. You don't want to open up a can of worms. Now, that's something you don't want to hear from your accountant.
Is that a technical term in the accounting?
I said, is that
can
something,
of worms?
is that
something you learned in accounting in school? Or
is that H&R Block slogan?
That's opening a can of worms.
We don't want to open up a can of worms, so come here at H&R Block and do your taxes.
Wow.
And I said, well, what does this can of worms entail? I mean, you know, so I don't want to be, I wouldn't, I'm just going to say this. I would not do well in a federal prison.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to guess that I wouldn't last long.
You'll last long.
You know, Steve, you're a survivor.
That's true.
You know, I've seen you. I've seen you.
Like Gloria Gaynor, I am a survivor.
I was thinking the other song. I'm a survivor.
Oh, you're thinking of Destiny's Children.
Destiny's Child.
Children.
There's only one. There wasn't a few.
Oh, there was only one child?
You know,
Beyonce.
I just remember you, Steve, as I said, you know, you would come to work, you know, handicapped, just, you know, you couldn't, you're hunched over.
I don't think you could say that anymore.
Hunched over.
I'm on the IL, is what Steve's
No,
trying
you
to
were
say.
but you were really in bad shape. And then whenever your client walked by, all of a sudden you just like, and maybe it's the actor in you, the performer, all of a sudden it's like, and you went out, you put your back up and said, "Hey, how's it going? Come on, yeah, go work. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Bye." And then you just collapse the moment you walked. It was just,
for someone to understand that, you don't need to look much further than to the man on my right. Uncle Billy? What's his name? What's your character?
Uncle Billy?
Cowboy Billy. No.
Farmer Willie?
Farmer Willie.
So Farmer Willie here, you must have times where you don't want to, it's hard to generate that excitement on stage, or you've done many a things, and, you know, you have to put, you know, as Joe DiMaggio said, some kid could be seeing me for the first time. I need to play 100%.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe said that. And that's right after he sold to Mr. Coffee.
He
said some kid could be drinking my coffee for the first time. And he needs to know it's good to the last drop.
Some people may be going to the Bowery for the first time for a loan, for a car loan, you know?
The references we make on this show, there's probably 11 people that know this all in the state of New York.
If you were not born before 1980, forget it.
Forget it.
The Bowery. That was a bank?
That was the bank.
Yep.
I thought Rizzuto did those.
No, he did them. Phil did the money store.
What is that?
What was the money? They loan money.
Is that still around? That can't even be a thing anymore.
I don't even know.
That doesn't even sound legit.
Let me get the pictures of Wayne Newton off my phone and find the money store.
First it's Drake, then it's Wayne. Now it's the Scooter doing the money store. 705.
Let's see. It's no, it's still around.
No, it's not.
I'm not. It's right here. It's got a website and everything.
I'm not going there for a loan. I could just imagine who's answering the phone there.
The Scooter went to the money store.
That can't even be the same one.
That is the money store, Steve.
Is it? All right.
Yes,
I believe you. I don't think he's still a spokesman for them, is he?
I don't know.
Unless he's doing it from the ground.
You know, I'll tell you, with AI now, it'd be great to bring back the Scooter. You know,
it's tough here living underground and keeping the maintenance on my cemetery plot.
You know,
Thank goodness for the money store.
Me and Cora, we're 6 feet under, but I only tell you, well, the money store is keeping us grounded.
I like that. Give him a crickets or a laugh or something, Tony. Give him the money store applause.
Thank you.
look what you
Preach.
Oh, I would be good at like one of those faith.
I could
ministers.
see you doing, little, Reverend Steve,
Right. Something like that.
Do a beat
some kind of
generation
beatnik
slash
holy cult
religion
type of thing. Yeah,
cult,
we'll put something together.
Yeah, definitely.
There was something else I was.
Services are
wait.
early Saturday morning at 3 a.m.
Oh, so I got a retro paper. So I wanted to share.
Oh, this is exciting. I always love,
Steve loves the retro
we
paper.
make fun of Newsday, but I do love the retro paper.
So guess which year? I'll give you. Don't look. Did you look yet?
No.
I'll give you some events, and you'll see if you can guess what year they did. So one of the events was the big one, the Chernobyl disaster.
Okay.
All right, so we're in the 80s, right?
Right.
Okay.
Let's see if I can give you another clue. Here's a couple of pilots that came out this year. A couple of pilots. One by a young writer named Stephen Bochco, who's coming out with a pilot called, let me see if this will take, L.A. Law. Is the 2-hour episode will
That
be
would.
the pilot.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
Is it 1986?
He's good.
Wow.
He's not one of the best in the business.
My first thing was the 87. So I was afraid I was gonna. Wasn't
Very
sure.
good.
but yeah.
1986. So some of the pilots, the Days and Nights of Molly Dobb.
Right.
Dobb?
Shot in New York.
Shot in New York about a career woman. Here's one that probably didn't last. Late Bloomer. A generational domestic star sitcom. It doesn't even have any. Lindsay Wagner was starred in it. The great Lindsay Wagner.
The great Lindsay Wagner.
My Grandfather's House with Wilford Brimley.
Our house.
No, it says My Grandfather's House. A
Well,
generational domestic
Is
drama.
that a? Well, let me see it.
My Grandfather's-
Okay, those are pilots. So
Right, that's what I'm
that
saying.
did become a series,
Oh,
but it was
yeah.
called Our House.
They changed it.
Yeah, that became Our House.
The Ellen Bernstein Show.
That was a sitcom.
Really?
Barry Sobel, remember Barry Sobel, the comedian? He
do.
was in it with her. Didn't last long. Another show done out of New York,
The Lucy Show.
Life with Lucy,
No, well, it says The Lucy Show.
which became Life with Lucy. That's another sad story. That Aaron Spelling and ABC got together and they brought back Lucille Ball.
Really? I don't even
Yes,
remember that.
you have to look it up because it's really
So-
it was all really the show didn't last. It was very sad because it was
Let's see if you guys are.
Lucy playing Lucy, but she's 77
Right.
years old.
Well, yes.
and it's
Didn't
just-
she die, what, in the
Not
late
too much
80s?
longer than that. Yeah, maybe 2 years later.
Wow.
Than that.
Yeah, I'll have to
But it
look that
was
up.
just really, it just wasn't. You can only play that character for so long. It was
Yeah.
just and Gail Gordon too looked like they had him
Oh.
on skates.
Yeah.
He looked like literally, he looked like he was rolling around. But there's a lot of stuff on video, and it was terrible. I wasn't a big fan of Lucy after I Love Lucy, to be honest. The other TV shows
there
were
was not-
were
yeah.
really
Shells of her.
yes.
Caricatures.
Yes,
of
they really
You
caricature-
can't get that back.
And
magic.
but she felt that's what people wanted to see.
Do you know what the top 3 shows were in 1986 on television? The top 3 on, obviously, regular network programming.
Okay, well, we'll say Cosby had to be
Yes.
number one.
Yes, you're right. Steve will get this.
1986.
Well, let's give Tony a shot. You
Okay.
said you got one. It's top 3.
That was an easy one anyway.
Was Cheers was on at that point, right?
Number 3.
Oh,
Cheers is 3.
okay.
So now you got 1, you got 3. Who was number 2?
Number 2, 1986. Is it another one of those NBC Thursday night shows?
It is.
Okay. I will say would be family not Family Matters. with
Family
the Michael-
Ties.
Family Ties.
That's a good one.
We'll give you each a half a credit.
All right, that's what it is?
That's what it is.
all right.
Family. So it was Cosby's, Family Ties, Cheers. Then it really takes a dive. After that, you got 60 Minutes. Well, no.
Well, 60 Minutes
No,
is always
Alex, Life of Child on ABC. Oh, that was a movie. Murder, She Wrote.
That's for the. That might be. That's
it is
for the week. That's
yeah,
for the
but
week.
those shows were week after week. Those.
But I
shows.
mean, yeah, you're going to see TV
Yeah, you'll
movies
have
in
a
there.
TV
Shows that
movie,
weren't
right.
regulars. Right?
Night Court, is that in there?
I
That was-
don't.
that
have
was out
Night
in
Court.
86,
right? Yeah.
Was it an 86 show? Golden Girls.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And Who's the Boss? Moonlighting. Boy, they had a lot of good shows.
Moonlighting. I love Moonlighting so much.
A lot of
In the
good shows.
beginning, it got weird. After
I
a
still
while.
liked it when it was
Yeah.
weird. At least it was different from anything
true.
else that was on TV. It really was. I thought it
Perfect Strangers.
bulky.
Bulky. That made Bulky famous.
I was on a set of Perfect Strangers.
I knew it. Steve
I-
was on this. Were you
that-
in one of the episodes?
I was in none of the episodes. I had to pick something up. It was actually the show I was working on. It was no one ever told me it was something that had nothing to do with the show, obviously, because I was working on a magazine show and this was a sitcom, and they didn't tell me what it was, and it was like a package. I don't know what it could be, but it was this old dusty MGM studio, which was now the Sony studios, but it was like you could imagine what they shot on that lot. It was cool. Anyway, never mind. I'm sorry. It was
No,
stupid.
I like that's no, that was interesting, and it gave me time to look at my next thing. So this is pretty interesting. They have obviously this was the Chernobyl explosion, and it has really intricate diagram here. For
Well,
the
that's
new thing.
artwork, Steve.
Yeah, I'm being.
Is
a
that
little
really what
facetious.
Chernobyl looks
so
like?
it says, yeah. There's a. Let me give the people a close up. So that's what happened, in a nutshell. And then on the back, so you have this nuclear disaster.
Mm-hmm.
You have a nuclear disaster. They don't know the ramifications yet. This is fresh out of the oven, so to speak. And then you go to the back page, and of course you get chicken free for all. You get a Roy Rogers ad.
Oh, Roy Rogers.
Now what?
Yes, Roy Rogers.
Can we use
That's
these
what I'm-
coupons?
That's what I'm wondering. Look at this: 50 cents off for a 2 to 3 piece chicken order. Steve, you can have these coupons if you could find
If
a
you can find a Roy
Rogers.
Rogers. Exactly.
Now, did they have a slogan or a commercial or a song?
I just
have
remember an
something?
old song. Roy Rogers, come on in. Family restaurant. We got platters. Make yourself right at home. Come on in. That was an old one because Roy Rogers actually did the commercial.
Oh my God!
That was like when they first started.
Did you ever taste? Did you guys ever
Yes.
have Roy Rogers?
I like their burgers.
Oh yeah,
The
Was-
chicken
oh,
was pretty.
yeah.
Chicken was pretty good.
yeah. Was it
Yep.
like I'm guessing a fried chicken?
Yeah, it was fried
It
chicken.
wasn't like they didn't. It wasn't like a Boston Market type of like a rotisserie.
No, not in
not
the
in those
80s.
days. No, nobody was rotisserieing anything.
No.
It was deep frying everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything you
That
can get your
food was
hands
good.
on.
I loved Roy Rogers.
Oh, you would have loved that, Steve. Come on, that was your bad days, right? You used to eat anything down back then.
You crazy?
So you never had Roy Rogers?
No, never had a Roy Rogers. I don't even know where there's a Roy Rogers. Was
Well-
there one in locally?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they were all over the place
I never
back in
saw
the day.
one.
Yeah.
There was one in Nassau Community College.
Oh, right up
In
your
the
alley.
college, yeah.
Oh, is that what you majored in?
Roy Rogers, yeah.
Steve majored in Roy Rogers extra
I did.
crispy. Oh no, I'm thinking KFC.
They didn't have that at the Hofstra Mall, I'll tell you that.
We did not have that at Hofstra.
At the Hofstra Mall
we
over
had
there.
sushi and wonderful, very generational now with it. None of this fried crap. No, they had a lot of fried crap.
Yes.
You kidding? Hempstead Turnpike? It's the capital of fried crap,
Yes, it is.
right?
I think that they're going to change the street signs. Welcome to the capital of fried crap.
The capital of fried crap.
Fried crab turnpike.
Fried crap.
There you go.
That Super Mario's Brothers movie it's like killing it at the box office.
I know. Go figure.
Well, people love that. I mean, kids, right? What kid's not going to want to?
Of course.
And are they still a big thing, Super Mario Brothers? Is it still a game? Is
They
it
still have
a-
games. Yeah, they still, yeah.
So kids would know it now, I'm
Yep,
saying, as
yes.
opposed to like,
Right.
it's not just people who make,
No.
oh, Mario. So that's, it shows you really, those big, you don't have to get $600 million budget movies with stars and all of this.
Well, but that's a huge worldwide game, though.
I know, but I'm saying there's movies everywhere that
They
that
had a
can
funny
kill it.
bit on Saturday Night Live on Weekend Update. They had an interview. Kenan Thompson played Donkey Kong, and he was upset because he didn't get a big part in the movie. Because that's where Mario Brothers started. Was Donkey Kong.
I
Yes.
didn't know that. Donkey
Very
Kong.
funny.
So my favorite show. Well, Shark Tank is one of them, but another favorite show of mine is. You would know this.
That would be the Knicks on MSG.
No. Well, that's sports. Food That Built America. I like
Yeah,
to
that's
know
right.
these, the History Channel.
We talk about it every week.
Right.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
last night they had a new episode.
Oh.
They did Peanut Butter Wars.
Ooh.
So they
I like
showed Skippy, Peter Pan, Jif.
Jif.
So I'm going to ask you guys a couple of trivia. So you know the major three.
Right.
Peter Pan, Skippy, Jif.
Uh-huh.
Which was the first?
Skippy, Jif,
And Peter
Pan. I'm going to say Peter Pan.
Tony?
I'll go Jiffy.
Peter Pan.
Oh.
So what happened was, if you go back, I'll give you a little peanut butter lesson.
Tell us.
Dr. John Kellogg
Oh.
of Kellogg's cereal was he was kind of a nutritionist
He was,
doctor,
he was crazy.
He was crazy.
He had weird
He
ideas.
was very weird. And he preached abstinence. He was a Seventh-day Adventist,
Oh.
which lives a very strict code of life, which Jock LaLanne's mom was. There's the connection.
But yet she fed that baby the
Corn syrup.
Corn syrup.
Yeah, well, she was a 6th day, not a 7th day. The 7th day was they took a
Okay.
day off. So anyway, he started grinding peanuts to give to his. He was in I guess you'd call it a partial institutional asylum that he watched over patients. If you had problems digesting meat and for a better protein source, he said, we're going to take peanuts and grind them up and give them to create a paste.
Okay.
So that's really what it was. It was just ground peanuts. But that's kind of the start. So, but people started doing this in these kind of stores or whatever they had, grinding peanuts. But they noticed when they mixed it with oil, you'd have to keep stirring it because or else the oil would separate
Sure.
and the shelf life would spoil.
Right.
So that was why there was no shelved peanut butter. So this guy comes up with this idea of hydrogenation, where you're able to, the great devil of hydrogenation, which still kills people today. And what he's able to do is come up with this heating formula with the hydrogen atoms that it commingles almost like a margarine. He got the idea from the way margarine solidifies.
Okay.
And so peanut butter, he felt it could do the same thing, and it did. It kept the peanut butter shelf life long, and it made it spreadable and made it more texture friendly, and it was the start of peanut butter. So he comes out with this idea to name it Peter Pan, which was a novel, a book written at the time,
Right.
The Boy
Right.
Who Never Grew Up.
Right.
And so he never gets the rights, just names it Peter Pan.
Right.
So he names it Peter Pan. This guy's name was Joseph Rosenfeld or something like that. And he sells it to a big food company. He gets pushed out. They make all the money.
And then.
So you think this guy would kill himself? That's my go-to move. My go-to move is always to commit suicide.
Oh.
This guy persevered. And he says, well, you know what? I'll show you. I'll come out with another peanut butter and I'll add fresh nuts. I'll keep some fresh nuts, make it crunchier.
Oh, wow.
So I'll combine the peanut butter with actual nuts. And I'll call it Skippy. Because at the time, Jackie Coogan had just come out with the movie Skippy,
Okay.
which he won an Oscar for.
Wow.
He's the youngest kid to ever win. Did you know this?
I believe I heard that.
Jackie
Yeah.
Coogan. Big actor, Jackie.
Right. Uncle Fester, eventually.
Right.
But back then he was a big, he was
champ.
a great champ.
The champ.
And of course, the stories about how his parents squandered his
Right.
fortune.
So this is interesting.
And he worked terrible, they
had no child
terrible-
labor.
No child labor laws.
Right.
California had created the Coogan law, known as the Coogan laws.
Coogan laws, right. So he was working, I forget who he was under the head of, but Paramount borrowed him for, they had him on loan to Paramount to do Skippy, that movie. And to pay for him, they paid $25,000 back then. We're talking about early 30s.
Oh.
So that's a pretty good
a
chunk of
lot
change
of
for a
money.
Back
9-year-old.
then, yep, absolutely.
And you know what they paid him? Jackie Coogan, $50.
Yep.
So that guy made, I forget who it was, the umbrella under. I thought I wrote it down. I guess I didn't. But they gave him 25. He put him on loan $25,000. The guy gets $25,000 who he was under the studio, and he gets $50.
Now, do you want to hear another really...
You met Jackie Coogan?
No, I didn't.
I don't
Or another sleazy showbiz story.
Oh, sure.
That has to do with the Coogan laws.
Yes.
So the state of California had Coogan laws, so kids only could work a few hours a day and whatever. So Patty Duke becomes this big star, The Miracle Worker. She does the movie. She wins an Oscar. She was only 13, I think. She was pretty young, too.
Yeah, very young.
They sign her to a deal. She's going to do the Patty Duke show. Mm-hmm. They do the show in New York for most of the run of the show because Patty was underage and they didn't have the Coogan laws. She was working 12, 14-hour days in New York. They were doing the Patty Duke show in New York.
Right.
So she can, which she's had some issues, mental issues and all that.
Who hasn't?
That did, well.
I'm not even that big a star. I wasn't even in the Flying Nun and I have mental issues.
Oh, God, yeah. No, that's Sally Field.
Oh.
But, yeah. Sleazy showbiz story. Yeah. We'll do the show in New York. She can work forever. You'll never take a break.
But it's funny. Then they both end up with the Addams Family connection.
Right.
No, Patty Duke wasn't in the Addams Family.
But she was married
She's
to
married.
Aston.
Wow. Come on, Tony. All over that.
Thank you.
Tony gets a jingle.
Oh, thank you.
We wrap everything together here on the Squeeve Stad Show. We put it all together.
God, you're doing it better than me now.
It flows.
That sounds.
I like
Squeeve Stared.
I like it way better.
Much better.
Much better. We're going to be now branding under that new title. We're going to do a whole revamp of the show. More cursing, more lewd humor, more blue humor.
Just as I said, it's just like Seinfeld when they did the Merv Griffin show in Kramer's apartment. They retooled the show and they got real, a lot grittier. And
I've been retooled many times.
Retooled.
You know how many? I can't even tell you how many times I've been retooled. But so which peanut butter? So there's those two peanut butters. Now I'll tell you how Jif gets into the game.
Okay.
Procter and Gamble.
Yep.
Okay, big soap company.
Yep.
Loves their detergent. So they come out and they have a new guy that comes and takes over.
Procter and Gamble's and they're good with chemicals too.
Right. They're the chemical capital. They're the kings of chemicals.
Right. So
peanut butter is right up their alley because they get a new guy. He says peanut butter's on the cusp. You're gonna need peanut butter.
You're gonna need ammonia in there.
You're gonna need right. So they had a couple of additives that the others didn't. None of which they had some ammonia, little lye, some lard. Don't we use this in our laundry detergent? It'll be fine. People won't care.
Jif pods. They'll love them. The kids will love them.
Put it on white bread. It's a stellar. So they come out with Jif, and
what did they do that was different?
They added molasses and honey. And high fructose corn syrup.
That's why I like Jif so much.
Course.
That's why I prefer Jif.
Of course. Choosy moms choose Jif.
Yes.
So they, the guy, Joseph Roosevelt, who was the founder of both of the other peanut butters, he goes irate. He goes bananas, which is delicious. Elvis loved that. Peanut butter on bologna.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
That was Elvis's favorite.
Of course.
Was it really?
Oh, he loved the
no bologna, though.
No bologna. Yeah. Just peanut butter and
peanut butter and banana sandwich. Fried banana sandwich. Yeah.
Priscilla, give me another peanut butter. Give me my shotgun and some peanut butter. I got a song to write.
grilled peanut butter.
My peanut butter.
Exactly.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. I got to go on. I got another peanut butter sandwich. Elvis, they need you on stage. Well, let me just finish this. I got one more bite. My mom's gonna kill me. She loves Elvis so much,
but she's not watching anyway. You could say.
Oh, there's my mom. She's calling.
You want to take it?
I don't think so. I don't. No, unless you need to.
I don't need to. No. All
right. So let's see what it is.
Let's see what it is.
Oh yeah, you want to do it?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, am I going to be on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got it. Should I say hello? Hello. You're on the Squeeve Stad Show.
Hello, Steven. How you doing today?
I'm okay. Who's this?
D-Love?
Is this the Steve show?
Is this D-Love?
Is this D-Love?
No, it's not. It's not you. It's just the Easter Bunny.
Oh, the Easter Bunny. Well, you know what? I hate to tell you,
B-Love.
It's B-Love, and you're
B-Love.
You know, we're not doing our Easter show. You're a couple of weeks past, but we want to thank you for watching, and we have some lovely gifts for you. Some parting gifts. Tony, you can
a new car.
You can let B-Love go. Thanks for calling in. And that's the end of B-Love. Okay. That's why I never answer the phone. You know what? It could have been the IRS too. I was a little nervous there.
So what are you saying about Jif?
Oh, so Jif has the honey, the molasses. Right.
All the stuff that Jack hates, though.
So
Jack Mullane will tell you no.
The guy that invented Skippy and the other, he goes bananas and he says, this is not peanut butter. He goes to the FDA and they take it to the Supreme Court.
Wow.
And they came out with, if as long as it's 95% peanut butter. The other
Right.
5% can. I don't care if it kills you.
Yes.
It could be.
It's
It could be
really-
motor oil.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's the same with bottled water.
Yep.
Right? 10% water, I believe. Right? 10%.
10% water.
10%
And
spring
red
water.
sludge,
Sorry.
and the rest of it's
Wasn't that the
sludge.
song by what's his face? 100% perspiration. So that was the history of. I love to educate the audience with peanut butter. So did you guys have a favorite?
I'm a Skippy guy myself.
Skippy?
Yeah.
Any reason, or you just were brought up on that?
That's just taste. I just like it
Yeah.
better.
And I don't even have to ask you.
I was brought up on Skippy, but I went to the dark side with Jeff.
you went
because
to
I
Jeff.
just think Jeff is delicious.
It's creamy. Now, did you have a preference? Because now
Creamy.
there's crunchy, creamy.
Creamy. I could deal with crunchy now, but most of the time I would.
You know, on Queens Boulevard, you know how much extra creamy costs?
Not much.
Way more than Jackie Coogan got paid. Steve hates me.
green lights blinking. Oh, yeah, look at it, Steve. The
7:27.
Green lights blinking. Get off.
I'm getting green lit.
Ah!
I'm getting green lit.
You know.
Who's got a
There's all
$5
these-
bill?
Who's got a $5? There's all these diet drinks.
Stop it. Stop. I draw the line there.
Wow,
We're
look
on-
at you.
There is a
such
line.
such
There's a line. It's just way.
It's
It's way out there somewhere.
way out there.
It's way out there.
I want you to go on the little stage over there and do that bit.
I'd
and
like to
see
do
see
that.
see what happens.
Oh, and I don't know if you guys ever charge your phones. I heard this. I just read this on Instagram. If you charge your phones in like an airport or a public charging station, don't do that.
Why?
Hackers are using those public charging stations to gather information to hack your phones and to get into your private accounts. So they're saying not to use public charging stations.
Good to know.
I just wanted to. I don't know if you do that a lot or if you're.
I've been on an airplane in like a year and a half at least now. So
Well, any public
2 years.
charging station. I don't know where they have public charging stations other than airports and planes. I don't know. I was just trying to help. Steve doesn't care. What else happened in '86? Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Nothing else happened in '86.
Steve's Monkeys reunited in 1986.
That's right. Thank you. You're monkeys too. Remember?
That's right.
You're both monkeys.
Because we were all there at Jones Beach.
Halley's Comet came in
That's
1986.
right. I remember
And they
that.
said, do you know when the next Halley's is going to come down to Earth?
100 years from '86. Right?
Well, it said 2061 might be the
Okay.
next sighting of Halley's Comet. I wanted to give one.
maybe I'll
Dear
make
Amy.
it.
There's a good. Oh, you'll be fine. You keep eating that Jif peanut butter, you'll never die.
I'll have some, sores, and I'll be angry and kill people and try to kill people. And
I'm trying to give. I have a funny one here.
is that a name, Dear Amy?
Yeah, but
of
there was
course,
a
there's
really
always
funny one. This is not funny. Oh, this is this could be funny. I don't know.
Let's end off with a bang here,
Yeah,
Steve.
I'm-
Look at you.
that's
you.
what I'm trying. This is all right. My 25-year-old son, who graduated Ivy Leagues, lacks motivation and is quite frankly embarrassing to me and my friends.
Is that so?
He was fired from a job he was overqualified for, and just moved back home with me and my husband. He would be happy to just play games all day long, gaming, and live cheaply under our roof indefinitely. What can I do to help him find his way? And what do I tell my well-meaning friends about his circumstances? I'm horrible to feel his lack of ambition is a reflection on our parenting choices. See, the parents always care what it looks like to them. This kid's going through a tough time.
Signed Mama K?
How old is he?
What?
How old is he?
My mom wrote in? I'm so embarrassed. And it actually is signed embarrassed.
Oh, that's what.
How old is the kid?
25.
Okay.
So it says, so now she writes back. Well, this is Carolyn, not Amy. It says, so how far back does this preoccupation with appearances date? She blasts the mom. She says, you're worried about him. You're not worried about him. You're worried about what it says about you. And the reflection and how your friends look at you. And it says, and boo-hoo if your friends think, she writes this, and boo-hoo if your friends think less of your parenting skills. And obviously I don't think too highly of them either. And I'm saying this as myself.
Well, of course.
Because that's terrible. The kid's 25. He moved back home. He's trying to find himself. I mean, he went to college.
No,
If you graduate an Ivy League school, you have some ambition.
you would think he's got something, right?
Would love to know where he is now.
No, that's from recently, right? That's not.
Oh,
from
yeah, this is not
that's-
86.
I thought you were still reading 86.
Oh, no. This guy, well, he's actually, we have an update now. This was 86. He's still living at home. He killed off his mother and father and all her friends, and he's living comfortably on their estate. We always like to end on a happy note. I like to give people something good to follow to finish the week. And perfect timing, 7:31 on a Monday evening. So we're going to close up shop.
Already?
Why, you got more? You got nothing.
Maybe we do.
Keep playing on your phone. We got more next week.
Big news from the money store. Home equity loans as low as 8.5%.
Oh, you're playing that. I thought he was playing that.
For the money store with the great summer special for qualified homeowners. Now get a fixed rate home equity loan as low as 8.5%. That's right, 8.5%.
I don't even think that's good back then.
Your rate is locked in for the life of the loan. Use the money to pay off your bills, make home improvements, buy a new car. It's up to you. Call 1-800-LOAN-YES.
And if you can't make the payments, the scooter knocks on your door with all the old Yankees.
1991.
It's Mickey Mantle at the door. We owe $2,000 to Mickey Mantle.
1991.
Well, I don't like to say anything, but you guys owe us a little bit of money. That's Mickey Mantle. Anyway, for myself, for Tony, for Steve, and for everyone at the Squeeve Stairs show, I want to thank you for spending some time with us. Have a wonderful, healthy, happy week. And don't forget to check out all the great shows on Govs Radio, including Knock 'em Dead Comedy.
Knock 'em dead.
Knock 'em Dead.
Knock 'em dead.
Have a great night.
Good night. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get the happy feeling when you are stealing that extra